Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining our session today to help train and support genealogists and historians with your NewsBank resource, HeritageHub. We're grateful for your partnership and for your time here today. My name is Catherine Bergerson. I'm the Vice President of Marketing here at NewsBank, and I'll be joined by Meredith Cross. She is our Senior Customer Service Engagement Representative. Few quick items as we get started here today. The session is recorded, and we will send a follow-up in an email to you in the next 24 hours. On our agenda today, it's our goal to share with you a quick review of the comprehensive information and the deep content that's available to your genealogists and your researchers. Meredith will share some best practices on how to really optimize your search results and get to relevant information quickly. She'll walk us through our Marketing and Resource Center so that you can get HeritageHub into the hands of your patrons right away. We will take your questions, so please feel free to submit them. You'll see that there's a tab with icons on the left-hand side of your screen. If you click on what looks like a chat bubble, it'll open up. You can type your questions in there. We'll pause later in the presentation, and we'll do our best to get to all of the questions. If we can't get to all of them today, we certainly commit to getting back to you in the very near future. Also near that chat icon, there is a handout with some engagement strategies and some examples of how other libraries are using promotional materials to engage patrons with HeritageHub. You can download that at any time. It's in another one of those icons there on the left-hand side of your screen. So with that, I will turn it over to Meredith Cross, who works with our customer success team and public libraries just like yours. Hi, Meredith.
Thank you, Catherine. Thanks, everyone. Good day. My name is Meredith Cross. I'm going to be walking you through the resource, HeritageHub, and all the rich content that's included in it. First, we're just going to take a look at a brief overview of HeritageHub, what it includes. We have over 200 million obituaries and death notices included in the resource. They are manually indexed, so we have a greater search accuracy. And a lot of really hard to find content going back at late 1900s. And the source list, we have over 7,000 sources included. And it's covering all 50 states as well as territories. So you'll find information from every state. And with that, let's get started and we will take a look at the resource. Okay, so here we are on the main landing page of HeritageHub. We're just going to do a quick overview of this page. So we can see here, I was just mentioning, we have the A to Z source list on the top right. So you can access all of the sources here by clicking on this list. As just mentioned, over 7,000 sources currently included. Below that, we have these search fields, and you'll see to the right of each field, it's going to specify if we want to require this. Is it optional? Is it recommended? So last name, of course, we want to require that. And we do suggest that you start broad. Maybe just start with that last name and then filter it down as need be. First name, middle name, both optional, probably helpful. Year of death. This doesn't have to be a specific year. So if you don't know the actual year, but say you just know the range, say 1970 to 1974, you can put in here 1970-1974, and it's going to pull up all of the years in between as well as the end years. And then for the keyword, this could be a variety of things. It could be a place of work. It could be a branch of military, maybe where they went to school, or even the town or the state in which they resided. So a lot of different things you can put in this keyword search field. So what we're going to do just for time's sake today, I'm going to fill in a little bit more of the information. Let's conduct a search on an individual. I'm going to put the last name in, the first name, and I'm also going to include the state. So once we populate those fields, I'm simply going to click search. Okay, so you can see the fields we populated here at the top. These are the total number of results here towards the top left. And then you'll see on the left-hand side, we have different filters. 17 results isn't too overwhelming, but perhaps you just put that last name in as the initial search. So you might have significantly more results. On the left-hand side, if that were the case, you can sort them. Maybe you want to look at the oldest results first. You also have this date selector graph tool. So it's going to break down those 17 results into decades. So maybe from here, you just want to look at those results in 2000 or the 1990s. By clicking into one of these decades and then clicking apply, it's going to limit down, and then you would only be looking at those search results. Here's another way. We mentioned a date search. So if you just want to look on a search date, you can enter them here. Again, click apply. And then we have some other filters if you want to search by source name or even by source location. So let's just say you have a patron who called in, you're in a pinch for time, you need to help them with some genealogy research. They give you this information, you enter it, you have 17 results. One of the things you can do is simply just email these 17 results right to that patron by just clicking this checkbox here at the top left. And by doing so, you'll see it's going to populate all of those 17 articles. And then here, simply just click email, enter their email address, maybe a note message, and send it on. From there, they can pick up the search and continue looking through the search results. You can also do that individually if you just want to click off certain articles and repeat that same process. You can email, you can also print it, you can download it, and you can save it to your folder. And when saving to your folder, up here at the top, you'll see you have session folder. Once you create that, and this goes across all of your NewsBank resources, that folder is universal across all of them. So once you have that folder created, and then you want to save any articles in your folder, they're going to save in there indefinitely. So let's take a look down here at the results that we have. One thing I'll mention about HeritageHub is that we're not just getting information on the individual. We're getting a lot of information about other relationships, people who are associated with this individual, whether it be parents, whether it be siblings, children, possibly grandchildren. So here, as we look at Mr. Croft, we have his life events, when he was born, when he died, his age. And then to the right, you can see we have all of these relationships that I just mentioned. So we have parents, spouse, grandchildren, a lot of different individuals that are related to Mr. Croft. If you want to take a look at the article, you do have the option just to hover over the preview button for a few seconds. That's going to bring up more of the abstract of the article so you can discern whether or not it's relevant to what you're looking for. And then from there, you can go ahead and click right in to view the document, which will take you right into the article itself. I can use the plus and minus button if I want to zoom this out a little bit and be able to see a little bit more of that article. Move it around the page. And then again, you're going to see here on the right-hand side, you have those same life events, you have those relationships down here below. You have the option to copy the record, you can even print the record. And again, the icons, so you just want to search something within this page. If you want more information, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. If you want more information about this publication, you could go ahead and email this whole page. Or it might be easier to use this clip function. Just go ahead and click on the scissors, select the clip to download or print. Typically, it's going to pre-populate if you've already searched on an individual, but if you need to adjust it, you can go ahead and expand and just cover the area that you're looking to clip. From there, you can print it, you can download it to PDF, and you can save it to Google Drive. And then again, you have these options here as well. There's your session folder, and you can even copy the link. Let's just take a look at these relationships because we're going to do another search here in just a minute. I just want to look at some of these here. So all of these individuals, we have all of these different relations. And then from here, you can either go to the next article by clicking forward. If you want to look at the previous article, you can go back to previous. And then you can also just go back to the full set of results here. So by going back to results, we're back on the main results page. So let's conduct a new search. Let's take a look at maybe one of his relatives. And again, just for time's sake, I'm going to put in a little more information than just that last name. I caught LT. And then again, we're going to put in Illinois. Let's conduct a search on Miss Welty. Okay, so, oh, I keep hitting that button. So here we have 4 articles. And once again, we can take a look at these relationships. We can see there's her son, Robert Croft, that we just had searched on. Here we have this article again. So let me click right into this article. We've got to scroll down a little bit on the page. There we go. So more information about Miss Welty here. We can see life events, unfortunately relatively young, 36 years old when she passed. You can see the member of what church, funeral arrangements, again, a lot of the family members that were associated with her. So a lot of information from this article. We're going to go back up to the home page, click out. A few things to keep in mind when you are going through this resource. We are dealing with a lot of historical newspapers, so you want to keep in mind colonial English variant spellings, such as adding an E to the end of a word, maybe Brown with an E or Clark with or without an E. Sometimes you have Y and I interchanged. So with historical newspapers, you may want to just keep that in mind as you're conducting your search, along with perhaps the individual's name is William. So you might want to look up William or Will or Bill, just again to get more precise search results. All of this information and a lot more is included down here in the bottom with this help document. So if you hover here, you can export this help document. We have almost 30 pages of the information I just mentioned, a lot more information on how to hone down on those search results to get very precise results. So just keep in mind you have this help document down below. So that concludes our search of the resource itself. I do want to take you to another page, which is our Public Library Resource Center. And here you can find a lot of the support materials for HeritageHub. You can simply go to newsbank.com to find this resource center. We have monthly social media posts right here towards the top, which you can sign up to receive monthly. Here we have all of our resources. We are talking about HeritageHub today, so I'm going to click into HeritageHub. Here at the top, we have the web graphic along with various descriptions for your website. Below that, we have some video tutorials included in here. We have more search tips along with that help document that I just pointed out. We also have resource-specific social media posts. I actually have those open so we can take a quick look at those. Here we go. Just to create some additional visibility on your social media pages, different options to choose from along with a recommended graphic. We have a social media toolkit if that could be of help to you. Again, we have the video overviews. If you do subscribe to Niche Academy, you can find all of our videos in the Niche Academy Marketplace. And then finally, we have some press release options and a nice variety of bookmarks, tent cards, and posters, both in standard and customizable formats. And with that, Catherine, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much, Meredith. Wow, that was great. Yes, let's pause here to take some questions. Again, I'll remind you that you can enter questions. You'll see that the chat icon on the left-hand side of your screen. If you just click on there, you can type your question right in. We do have some. Let's see. How can you search by location? If you could share how to search by location, please.
Absolutely, great question. Here, let me go back to the demo itself. So search by location, you could do it a couple different ways. If you wanted to use the keyword here down at the bottom and put their location in, that would be an option. Let's just go into, I'm just going to click Illinois just so I can show you the other place that you can search by location. So if you've already conducted the search and you're here on the results page, you can also search by location down here on the left-hand side. So doing some post-search filtering, you can also add the location here.
Excellent, thank you. And filtering by date, if there's a specific date you want to look into, is that possible?
Yes, actually, we can start right here because you do have the date search here, so you can put in a date range. You can also use the date selector graph tool if you want to go into one of those decades. And then going back to the home page, you can also put a date range here. So for the years, again, you can put in a specific date or the range and pull them up accordingly.
Excellent, thank you. Oh, this is a fun question. I want to find someone from my high school. What is the best way to search for someone from your high school?
Oh, that is a great question. And we're on the right page. So actually, there's a couple different things you can do. I would recommend including the high school information here in the keyword search box. You can also, let's go back to the results page. I wanted to show one more thing, which I think I may have omitted touching on. There's a create alert function here, and this can be super helpful, and that's a great example of trying to find someone from your high school. So if you wanted to create an alert, just put your emails in and the frequency, how often you want to receive them. If you have the high school as a, actually, I'm sorry, be right here, have the high school in your search box, and you create that alert, anyone that's going to populate in the resource with that high school mentioned is going to, they're going to send you an email notification with those articles coming right to your inbox.
Thank you. That's a great tip on creating those alerts. And how often is the resource updated?
It's updated every day. We have new articles populating into the resource daily, so every day.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for all of these great questions. And thank you, Meredith, for showing us around the resource and the Marketing Resource Center. We do have a few other questions, but in the interest of time, we do commit to getting back to you individually to answer your questions in the very near future. So thank you, Meredith. And yes, building on the Marketing Resource Center that Meredith just shared, today I mentioned earlier that we have a little takeaway handout for you. It is our top patron engagement strategies for HeritageHub. You can find it in the same area where the question chat icon is on the left-hand side of your screen. And you can download this document, and it has some examples of how other libraries are using engagement strategies with HeritageHub. You'll find examples of social media posts, building web presence, newsletter ideas, video links. So it really complements the Resource Center that we have that are ready to use, and you can see how other libraries are implementing those resources. If you have any trouble downloading it, shoot us an email and we will be more than happy to send it over to you. We hope that you gained some valuable information today about HeritageHub and have some new ways to engage your patrons and genealogists. On behalf of NewsBank and our customer success team, thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. Goodbye.